Hello, I'm the actor that was hired to portray Sessions series creator TJ Carson. Welcome to our show, Sessions, where we listen in on fictional characters in therapy. These sessions may take place before, during, or after the media in which they originally appeared, and may have an updated flair. These characters may have been coming to sessions for years, or it may be their first and only time with Dr. Elizabeth Regina, our constant, consummate therapist. All characters are in the public domain. Today's radio show is written by TJ Carson, starring Jason Russell as session subject Ishmael, and as always, Kim Jackson as Dr. Regina. Some background for the script. Ishmael has already made his trip to New Bedford and heard the sermon on Jonah from Father Mapple. He has also been warned about Captain Ahab from the Prophet, and they have stalked the ship. It is Christmas Eve, the day before the journey to sea, and he has doubts. Please enjoy as we present to you Ishmael's Indecision.
Hello, I'm so sorry I only have a few moments, but I do have a scheduled patient.
No, it's fine. Thank you for seeing me. I am so sorry to barge in unannounced on Christmas Eve. Most places don't take walk-in sessions.
Well, my secretary said you really seem to need it, and my last patient left early, so let's get to it. Now, I won't be able to give you an in-depth analysis, but I can certainly try my best to hear you. I'm Dr. Regina, and you are...
Well, my full name might take up all our time, so you can call me Ishmael.
Ishmael. Lovely name. What would you like to talk about, Ishmael?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
Not exactly. I am unsettled by something.
In what way? About the future? The past?
Both, in a way. I think I feel restless. My heart doesn't seem in it.
In what?
That is also a good question. The thing I do know is I miss the sea. I want to go back.
You're a sailor?
I used to be on merchant ships a lot, but it's been a few years.
Going back makes sense. It's familiar to you.
It's actually the familiarity I think I'm trying to get away from. Whenever I get this itch and rage, I have to go back out there.
Why?
I don't know.
I sense we're not going to make it in time.
I'm sorry. I came in half-cocked, I'll readily admit it. I'll skip to why it is that it needs to be now. I'm going out tomorrow with a crew on a whaling ship.
Phew. That's a little different than a merchant ship.
Yeah. I was always fascinated with whaling ships, though, and I thought that would be good for my last journey. They're interesting. People who live on these ships are madmen who are basically lost to the world.
Do you feel lost to the world? Let me guess. You don't know?
Not quite. But I heard a sermon a while back, and something about it has me questioning going out.
What was the sermon on?
Well, that is something I do remember. It was on Jonah.
Apropos for your journey.
Incredibly. Jonah disobeyed God and ended up in the sea. It wasn't exactly settling, but it was filled with conviction.
I really don't think the sermon is the big kicker here with your restlessness.
The Father also talked about his being a conduit of God and being of God. I'm going to botch his tone, but I remember it verbatim. Woe to him whom this world charms from gospel duty. Woe to him who seeks to pour oil upon the waters when God has brewed them into a gale. Woe to him who seeks to please rather than to appall. Woe to him whose good name is more to him than goodness. Woe to him who in this world courts not dishonor. Woe to him who would not be true even though to be false were salvation. Yea, woe to him who, as the great pilot Paul has it, while preaching to others, is himself a castaway.
What does that mean?
I think it was an indictment of the whalers, really, despite preaching almost exclusively to them. That they were selfish and hypocritical to go out as they do instead of being pious.
Woe to him whose good name is more to him than goodness?
and that they act in their own self-interest, that they only care about worldly things.
I feel you don't agree that's bad.
I live in the world. I care about what's beyond that, sure, but I don't think it's so simple.
That what is so simple?
The truth.
I would prefer it.
No, I mean, the truth isn't so simple. I don't think it's always so clear, and I don't think you should pursue it at all costs. And supposedly that's how my new captain is.
What do you think about him?
I haven't met him yet. We ship out with a captain I know nothing about. But I will say that myself and a friend received a warning about him.
From whom?
A man named Elijah. He asked Queequeg and me if we're boarding the Pequod, and we said yes, and asked if we had met Old Thunder.
Your new commander is called Old Thunder. That's quite the nickname.
I don't know why he's called that. He's a good whale hunter and a good captain to his crew, from what I know.
What does the crew say?
That he's an ungodly, godlike man. Elijah said that Captain Ahab once appeared dead for 3 days after a mysterious happening, whatever that means, and lived. He also said that he's done unspeakable things, which again, whatever that means. I asked him to explain further, but he wouldn't. He said that our fates were sealed if we'd already signed the papers. I've never met some, and I don't know any of them. I don't know who to believe, and I don't know if I'm making a mistake going out there.
What is your biggest concern about boarding the ship?
My mind is fraught with imaginings of an ethereal and mercurial captain I can't say no to.
I assume you have reason to believe you wouldn't say no.
It has happened to me before. For saintly and demonic men alike, I've fallen prey to convictions and lack thereof because of my willingness to see the flexibility in things. Some things I've done are more questionable than others, purely because I could see how it might not be. There are so very few absolutes in this world, but one of them is that a speech can move mountains, and sometimes they land right on top of you. I'm terrified that I will be browbeaten in a way that it seems my choice, that the words will pass over me like a wave of inspiration to run steadfast into a wall.
Do you feel you're easily persuaded?
In all my life, I've never felt that I'm easily persuaded, but the evidence supports that a golden throat will have me as a fool to any man who controls my destiny for 3 years.
3 years is a long time to be out at sea.
I don't mind it usually, but on this voyage, something's just wrong. Something's amiss. I've met captains of peace and wonder and captains of might and destruction. Each one I had met before the journey and was roped into their pitch every time. This time, I don't know. I haven't met him, so I couldn't have fallen for it, and I can still back out. What should I do?
What do you want to do?
I want to go. I can't stay on the land. I can't.
How come?
I don't know.
All right.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
I'm fine with you not knowing some things. What I do have a problem with is you hiding what you do know. We are hitting the last little bit of our time, and you're wasting it by skirting the truth.
I'm not lying. I really don't know.
You don't know some things, that's true. But you do know where your spiritual malaise comes from. And little that it is, I don't want you to waste my time or yours. Why be here at all if we aren't going to get into the hard stuff? What moves you?
What moves me?
Yes, what moves you?
Distractions.
Distractions?
Yes. The distractions that being on land brings. I want to do too many things. I can't settle. I want to write. I want to dance. I want to sing, do math, play a sport, meet new people. And I want to do it all at the same time, and I get restless that I can't. So when I meet some captain, it sweeps me away.
Why do you want to do all those things?
I could say I want to be a well-rounded person or to be interesting. But the truth is, I don't want to be alone with my own thoughts.
The sea is only going to give you time to be with your own thoughts. There's only the crew and the water to distract you, and that will run out fast. You're doing the wrong thing if you don't want to be with your own thoughts.
I know.
Because despite not wanting to be alone with your thoughts,
I know that I need to. If I can't be distracted, then I need to handle the thoughts. But without being pushed, it's not going to happen. I can't even reason myself to be here until it's almost too late, when I feel cornered. I have to go after it. So even though I feel I can't, I must.
So what about your last journey?
Pardon?
In the beginning somewhere, you said something about this being your last journey.
I don't think so.
Bzz, try again.
Okay, I did say it.
Now, why did you say it?
Because it's the last time I'm going out on a ship. I think I might be getting too old to go out.
Bzz, try again.
Fine. I don't know if it is going to be my last journey, but it feels that way. I feel like I might die if I stay on land. So I either have to stay out on that ship forever, die there, or return home and be unable to be distracted enough to be focused. I'm so indecisive about everything that were I held at gunpoint, I would be unable to say what I wanted to do about anything.
Except going to sea.
But I'm even questioning that.
I know we don't know each other well, but I need to put this candidly.
I don't know if I want to kill myself.
But you can understand why I would question it, right?
Because I said I might die, and what other way would it happen?
You might die on the ship.
It may have crossed my mind.
But you don't know if you want that to be the case.
Indecision at its core.
I think you make more decisions than you think you do.
How?
Well, you seem to be the jack-of-all-trades kind of person, or at least you try to. I don't know how good you are at those things. You like to do many things, and that's not exactly indecision. That's making many decisions. But there is a waywardness about you.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
But better than a master of one. Being well-rounded is still a good thing, even if you don't think that's your goal.
Should I go out?
I can't make that choice for you.
What about all the things we just talked about?
Well, as pat as it sounds, your current situation is not your final destination. I think if you came out here to go out there, then you probably have to go out there.
And what if something bad happens?
I think something most assuredly bad is going to happen.
Then why would I go out there?
Bad here or there, from what it sounds like.
Specifically for this, though, why should I go out there?
I don't think you're falling for the captains. You're falling for the seas they attempt to tame. I think you could have never met the men throughout the entire journey and still feel the same way. You're justifying your behavior through their words, but you're the one who is following the sea. Everything afterwards is just that indecisiveness. A decision being made for you is what the captain offers. Everyone can be indecisive at times. You just suffer more than others might.
Then do I go out?
I think if you came to my office solely for an answer, then you underestimate introspection.
Not solely answers, but expert advice.
I think you should take a good night's sleep. Pray to whomever you pray to, and attempt to make a decision in the morning. You're going to have to go all 12 rounds with the land if you stay, and with your thoughts if you go. You're right. There are very few absolutes in this world. But if you explore enough of it, you'll collect a lot more than you have now. Whether it's about the world or yourself, you'll get some.
I've traveled before, and never have I found as much truth as I'd hoped for.
We rarely do. But you said this journey feels different. So maybe in your contemplation you can find some solace and some progress through your thoughts. If you can't, then distract yourself with the sea or the ship. But when there are no more distractions, you have got to put on the gloves and knock out some answers.
What answers should I look for?
I can't make that decision for you. But if you've got thoughts you've been avoiding, then there are questions in there somewhere. I don't often recommend distractions, but this is a unique case because you're going to have a lot of time to yourself.
I will.
Keep your flexibility. See all sides. And please keep notes. I want to hear everything that happened when you come back in 3 years.
Everything?
It'll be like the best dissertation of all time.
I still have this bad thought nagging at me somewhere.
But you still want to go?
I think so.
Then it sounds like you've made a decision.
Feels more like I'm not making a decision.
If you feel that going now is not making a decision, then think of it this way. You made the decision to go in the first place, and you're just sticking to it.
I'll probably still sleep on it, but I think I have to go. I still want to see so much and figure out at least one solid thing in my life, or about life. Maybe I can be a golden throat to someone else if I can figure something out. Maybe I can leave a legacy for someone else to learn from if I can't learn for myself.
Maybe you do understand introspection.
And I hope I will by the end of it.
Speaking of endings, I think that's my next patient. It's been a pleasure to speak with you, Ishmael. I hope you find some peace at sea.
Thank you for seeing me.
And one last piece of advice for the road, or, well, the sea. Don't drown.
Don't worry. I'm a very strong swimmer.
Thank you for joining us for Ishmael's Indecision. We'll be back next time with Anna in Anguish. We hope to see you then. Keep your ears open. You never know what you might discover. Good night.